Your favorite Arkansas sports talk station.
Why did that happen in Fayetteville, Arkansas?
Dixon Street. It'll get you.
Streaming live from
HitThatLine.com.
You want answers.
I want the truth.
You can't handle the truth.
This is Halftime with Phil Elson, Matty T, and Matt Jenkins.
My calculations are correct. When this baby hits 88 miles per hour, you're going to see some serious...
Jones for the win. He got it. He got it. He got it! Mason Jones banks in a three with 0.1 seconds to play!
All right, hold on. It's almost halftime.
One. And a shot in the left center. Back at the wall. It is gone! Lau has put the Rays on top as he busts out with a first inning, Game 2 home run. That's pretty well hit into left. Back at the wall. It is gone. Second of the night for Brandon Lau. And this is a 5-0 game here in Game 2.
Taylor digs in, puts the barrel into the bat on home plate, pulls it back. Castillo, first base side of the rubber. From the windup. He pitches. Check swing. The appeal. The Rays win. Strike 3, said Chris Guccione at first. And the Rays have evened up the 2020 World Series at 1 game apiece.
Exactly what I was hoping for as we welcome you inside the halftime studios for a Thursday morning. And good to be with you today. Phil Elson, Matt Smackdown Jenkins, Matty T. Guys, I had forgotten to tell you, this is the first time that we're doing a show together during the World Series. I have no rooting interest when it comes to the World Series with the exception of the series has to go 7 games. So I basically spend the entire series rooting for both teams one day after the other. So after the Dodgers won Game 1, I needed the Rays to win Game 2. Doesn't matter who wins Game 3, but whoever loses tomorrow has to win Game 4. Because what has to happen here, and I've been lucky enough a few times in the last few years to get this. You want to stretch the baseball season out as long as you possibly can. So not only does the World Series need to go 7 games, but the 7th game has to go extra innings, a la 2016 Cubs-Indians. So I got what I wanted yesterday. The Rays got what they wanted yesterday, certainly from Brandon Lau and from Blake Snell and from the bullpen shutting down that Dodger lineup to the tune of 15 strikeouts and only 5 base hits. Dodgers finishing 0 for 6 runners in scoring position. But the big story yesterday was Lau, the second baseman, who put together, probably had the best all-around year for the Rays with a 916 OPS, 14 homers, great fielding at second base. So I felt like a winner last night when Diego Castillo struck out the last batter. You heard that call from the Rays radio network. And now today's an off day. Today's a no baseball game day. So I do have a baseball game I get to do on the SEC Network Plus later on this afternoon.
Oh yeah, you do got that.
That's in 4 hours actually.
Are you ready to go? Is this your first game to call since the pandemic?
That's right. This would be the maiden voyage since the pandemic. So this will be the first time I do a television style broadcast in like 20 years. Bubba and I have the call on the SEC Network Plus today for Red Black Fall Series game. What game is this? This is Game 5?
Yeah.
Could go up to 7 games. They moved tomorrow's game to today because of expected rain. It's going to be gorgeous today. Patrick Wicklander will start, and Lyle Lockhart, 2 left-handers on the bump for that one. So, yeah, I mean.
Are you afraid you may be rusty, or is it in your blood so much at this point?
Well, I'm rusty at a lot of things. But one thing I've experienced that I feel good about is that after broadcasting maybe 2,500 baseball games or so, it can be a little bit like riding a bicycle. But that's why I've been out of the ballpark the last 3 out of the 4 games they played, so I can have a sense of some of these players. I mean, I hadn't had a chance to watch Lyle Lockhart pitch. I remember watching him throw on Friday a little bit. If I wasn't there, I wouldn't know what to tell you about Jalen Battles, who I think is going to be your shortstop next season. He drove in both runs for Black in their win yesterday. Next segment, by the way, I mean, here we are. It's a bye week for the football team. Arkansas football is 2-2, and we had Sam Pittman on the show yesterday. You guys had him on the morning rush earlier this morning, and yet, we're here talking about fall baseball to open the show. But hey, this is also yesterday. Did you see this? This is something we'll get into in the next segment. 2 defensive plays for the Razorbacks made SportsCenter top 10 last night.
Yes.
For a meaningless 7-inning scrimmage. I don't say meaningless because it doesn't mean anything in the standings in the SEC, which is what it's all about. 2 out of the top 10 plays made in the country yesterday, and I don't know what else was happening on a Wednesday. The NBA is off. NHL is done. There weren't any I don't think there were any college football games last night. Certainly there wasn't any NFL. So what else was ESPN going to look at? But on a night where there was game 2 of the World Series, 2 Arkansas plays from a fall baseball scrimmage made SportsCenter top 10, including number 1. I mean,
don't you love a bye week in football season and just digging for sports content on a Wednesday night? But me and Maddie, we tried to try to find that full top 10 list. We managed to find the 2 plays, and I found not the best quality version of the ESPN version of their top 10 play. We'll play those here in a little bit, but yeah, it was 2 pretty fantastic plays. If you haven't seen them, they're both on Facebook. You can find them on Twitter. You can see what we're talking about. We'll play those clips here in a minute. But going to the World Series, I think you've got a pretty good case just based on how that game went last night. And pitching on both sides. I mean, you saw the pitching wonders of Game 1 from Kershaw. You saw it again last night on the Rays side of the ball. This series has a pretty good shot, I think, of going 7 or 6 or 7 at least. Don't you think?
I think it at least goes 6. I do think it goes 7. I remember saying that before the series started here. The Dodgers right now are overly reliant on the home run. I don't remember how many they hit in the championship series, but I think most of the runs they've scored in these first 2 games have come nearly exclusively on the home run. I mean, they only had 5 hits yesterday. 3 of them left the ballpark. You're not going to win too many games, especially when those are, you go 0 for 6 runners in scoring position, and you're down 5-0 at one point. And also the thing that the Dodgers have to worry about is that their 2 rookie pitchers that they have sort of worked in a tandem, the Cat Man, Tony Gonsolin, and what did they call Trevor May? I wanted to call him like Tomato Head or something, but I think they call him, use the term Ginger because of his red hair. And I think they're calling him Ginger Thor because he's got sort of hair like Syndergaard. Ginger Guard, that's what it is, Ginger Guard, like Noah Syndergaard. But neither of them was good yesterday. I mean, they only leave Gonsolin in for 4 outs, gives up the 1 home run, didn't seem to have great stuff, and then they bring May in later on in the 5th inning, and he gives up 3 runs and 4 hits. He hasn't been very good in the last couple of times out. The Dodgers need those 2 guys to give them more than just 2 2/3 innings when they're expected to, I think, probably pitch 3 to 4 innings each of them. So that's going to put they do with the off day today. So, you get a chance to rest a little bit. But they're going to need some innings tomorrow from Walker Buehler. And I've got some thoughts about that later on when we do our – so we still do – we've added that segment now from last week, right? The
Game and Flame
of the week and the Flame of the Week. That's right. Whatever
yes,
you think will be the best game of the week, whatever you think will be the worst game of the week. And I'll tell you what, I have found a dog of a football game to go with for the worst game of the week.
I don't know.
It's actually in a power conference.
Oh, yeah. Well, I think I found 2 good ones, and you'll get a good kick out of my Flame of the Week also, so it'll be fun. But, Maddie, I do think before this show's done, we've got to make sure that Phil knocks this rust off pre-show, because when he gets in there for the first inning of the scrimmage, he needs to be ready to go. There's no screw-ups for Phil Elson.
Oh, I've got plenty of time to screw up. Just give me if it's a fall scrimmage for them, can Bubba and I just treat it like a scrimmage for us? Just basically play grab ass in the booth for 7 innings because we're only playing 7 innings. Bubba's coming on the show later on today. We got him at 12:30. Oh, and I guess we're supposed to call him Charles when he comes on.
Oh, that's what
I don't know if unless he's listening right
now.
Yeah, unless he's listening right now, he has no idea that we'll introduce him as Charles Carpenter, which is the real name of somebody that nobody actually calls him by that name. Do you have a friend like that? I've got a friend whose name is Michael. Grew up with him. Nobody calls him Michael. He's Mo. Like, hey, Mo. Whoa. He's always been Mo. He's like, he is a lawyer. He is a defense attorney. And I kind of wonder if it's like, all right, Counselor Mo, take it away. Do you have any friends who actually don't go by their real first name like Bubba?
So I've got a real good friend of mine. His first name is Rex, but he's got like 3 first names. But we call him Kiefer because it's Rex Kiefer Allen Johnson Jr.
Goodness gracious.
So, but yeah, I met him as Rex, and he was like, "No, screw that, bro. You're calling me Kiefer." I was like, "Oh, yes, sir." I called him
Yes,
Kiefer
sir.
ever since.
Kiefer's too cool of a name for some people.
It really is.
I only thought there was one Kiefer in the world.
Kiefer Sutherland. Kiefer Sutherland. I was thinking that, yeah.
There's only room for one Kiefer in this world, my friend, and I don't know if your friend is that person. But hey, if somebody asks you to call him by something,
that's
who
what
are you
do.
to say no?
Just don't call me late for supper.
Oh, gosh. 877-377-6963. Dad joke. Come back after this. Stay tuned.
I love Arkansas. I love everything here. Give me that thing here. Woo!
Your home for every Razorback football game.
College to midfield, the 40, the 30, College at the 20, to the 10, to the 5, to the pylon. Touchdown, Arkansas!
As you can tell, this means a lot,
Only on ESPN 95.3.
Whitson Morgan Motor Company, your 2020 Dealer Rater Dealer of the Year, has 4 great locations in the River Valley, giving you a huge selection of new and pre-owned vehicles. Choose from Ford, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Chevrolet vehicles right now at Whitson Morgan Motor Company. See their reviews and compare with others. That many people can't be wrong. Visit Whitson Morgan in Clarksville, Ozark, and Russellville, or log on at whitsonmorgan.com for selections and great deals to serve you today.
It's hot tub season, so why not invest in your own backyard oasis with Burton Pools and Spas? Hi, Tommy Kraft here. There's no better way to relax after a hard day at work or a rough workout at the gym than with a hot spring spa. And right now, Burton Pools and Spas has everything you need. Hot tubs starting as low as $28.95, and these prices include delivery, cover, and startup chemicals. Hot tubs are great for reducing stress, those achy muscles that won't go away, and helping you get a better night's sleep. Also, check out the Endless Pool Fitness Systems with Burton Pools and Spas. A great way to swim year-round and stay healthy in your pool. Ask about it at Burton Pools and Spas. Also, look at the great end-of-season deals on pool accessories, big green eggs, and outdoor living furniture. Burton Pools and Spas in Springdale and in Fort Smith, and online at burtonpools.com. Burton Pools and Spas, they're your source for backyard fun.
Are you ready to take the next step? Want to make real money? How about averaging $2,800 per week? United Welding Institute is accepting new students to shape into high-paid career welders. Graduates of United Welding Institute find great-paying jobs in the oil field, power plants, refineries, pipelines, and more. United Welding Institute in Pottsville, Arkansas has been training professional field-tested welders since 2013. Change your life and call 479-968-3390 or visit UnitedWeldingInstitute.com.
Over $7,900 truck month savings are here now at Road Chevrolet. Yes, select new 20 Chevy Silverado 1500 models. Now up to $7,967 total savings. Or pay just $42,698 for a new 20 Chevy Silverado 1500 Crew Cab LT at Road Chevrolet. Conveniently located at exit 2A off I-540 in Van Buren. Or RoadChevy.com. Chevy, find new roads. Savings includes factory and dealer savings with approved credit plus tax and license fees. See dealer for details. Ends 11/2/20.
Hi, this is Melissa, owner of True Grit Running Company. There's nothing scarier than foot pain. Whether you're suffering from plantar fasciitis, bunions, or maybe you're just sore from being on your feet all day, we have something that can help you. From braces and massage tools to inserts and game-changing shoes handpicked for you, we've got you covered. Don't let hurting feet spook you. Visit us at True Grit Running Company, 6808 Rogers Avenue, Suite B, behind Chick-fil-A.
Van Alma Tire Center between Van Buren and Alma is your one-stop tire and auto center. They offer all the name brand and private label tires for your car, truck, four-wheel drive, semi-trucks, and trailers. Plus, they have lawn and garden tires, too. They do everything from oil changes, alignments for your 2- or 4-wheel drive vehicles to brakes and suspension replacement. And CV axles and bearings, too. All this at Van Alma Tire Center, 6805 Alma Highway, 5 miles east of Van Buren, 2 miles west of Alma.
This is ESPN 95.3.
You're listening to Halftime with Phil Elson, Matty T, and Matt Smackdown Jenkins. Want more Halftime? Make sure to listen to the Halftime Pod, presented by Jeff's Clubhouse, Fort Smith's premier place for lunch, brunch, and catering. Give them a call at 479-308-9123. The Halftime Pod is available on SoundCloud, Apple Podcasts, and Spotify.
We are everywhere. You're like the ocean's waves.
Now, back to the guys. Here's Phil Elson, Matty T, and Smackdown.
Lifted to left and hit rather well. Matthews back. He's at the fence, and he made the catch.
Goodhart can't believe it.
The pitchers for the black team erupting outside the dugout. That wasn't exactly Mookie Betts-esque, but it has the same purpose, robbing a home run. Soft flare headed out towards right. What a grab! What a play by Bates to end the game.
Off the bat, it looked like that ball was going to easily clear Bates, but his athleticism was outstanding. Great read on
Arkansas in the intra-squad scrimmage. Casey Opitz at the plate. It's not about him, it's about Ethan Bates. Hey man, the Hogs have got some defenders. Woo-pig sue-wee. Ethan Bates is number one. Arkansas's black team wins it 2-1.
Think about that. It's game 2 of the World Series. I mean, there weren't any, incredible plays last night. And the Razorback baseball team has 2 of the top 10 plays on SportsCenter's top 10.
Woo damn pig, baby.
And the other thing about it, too, is that the 2 guys that made these plays, Bryce Matthews and Ethan Bates, are battling for their spots on the team. I mean, they're not expected to be starters, I don't think, this upcoming season. Nor, I think, is it a guarantee that either of them is on the roster when the season does start. But they both made incredible plays yesterday.
Do you give the nod to Ethan Bates just because he was number 1 on the SportsCenter top 10?
I don't know.
I mean, is that how it works?
He's a true – sure, why not? But that's a moment. I mean, this is it's only his second year, his second month, even as a college student. I mean, he's a freshman out of Lakeside High School in Hot Springs. And it really was a spectacular play. I was just sitting in the booth watching the game. You heard Brett Dolan and Troy Eklund on the call there, and I was sure that Casey Opitz's flare was going to get over Bates. But, it wasn't just a catch. It was a leaping, stretching, sprawling, followed by a somersaulting catch. It was amazing, really was. Great way to end it. The catch by Matthews was more about him being 6'4", being able to reach up. I don't think he even had to jump for that ball, but thank goodness he made that catch, because otherwise they would have tied the game at 2 apiece and forced the red team to bat in the bottom, the black team to bat in the bottom of the 7th inning. And I mean, really, I was excited to be there and watch the guys, but in and out as quickly as possible. I'm just fine with that. So there's no reason for the red team to have to bat again. I was fine with the way it was.
You can find both these plays if you want to see what we're talking about. You can go to their at Razorback BSB on Twitter. And this should be one of the first few tweets that you see on their Twitter page. So make sure you get right over there. You can see what we're talking about.
We got Cody on hold. I'll get to him in a moment. Just some thoughts of the scrimmage yesterday. It really wasn't much offense. He had a total of 6 base hits. The pitching was great. Jackson Wiggins, who's the big right-hander, 6'6", freshman out of Oklahoma. I don't see the velocity readings from the pitcher, so I don't know how, but I can tell you that Wiggins throws really hard. Showed a decent changeup, nice breaking ball as well. Has some issues with command here and there, but I was impressed by him. This is somebody that I think could make a dent for Arkansas, maybe out of the bullpen this upcoming season. Miller Plyman, who's a transfer out of Wichita State, looked good over 5 batters. Came out of the bullpen a little bit wild, walked his first batter, mixed in a wild pitch, but then set down 5 in a row and also throws pretty hard. Nate Wolgamuth, who's a freshman out of Oklahoma, displayed a great fastball, and Elijah Trest looked good, although he was the recipient of those 2 great plays in the field. Blake Adams, I was impressed with Adams yesterday. We saw Adams for parts of last season and was iffy, but and yesterday showed good poise, good stuff, velocity. 4 innings, just 6 base runners and 1 run against him with 3 strikeouts. I thought he was pretty good too. The pitching really has been very good, at least in the couple of games I've been to. All right, let's get to the phones here. 877-377-6963 on halftime, and Cody is with us right now. Hi, Cody. How are you?
Hey, guys. I'm doing well. How about yourselves?
Doing great, man. And I don't lie when I'm saying that today. You know I'm going to answer that question honestly.
Yeah. I mean, I would be too if I'm going to go watch the baseball team. I'm just excited to hear that there's a big pitcher out there. We need somebody with some dominant stuff. I think we can all agree, especially you, Phil. You watch them day to day. We could tell last year that we were going to have some trouble on the defensive side of the field. We didn't have a dominant pitcher. We didn't have a number one. Wicklander and Nolan never got consistency going early on in the year. Plus, as much as Casey Martin, it's one of those cases. He's got all the potential in the world. Couldn't figure out a curveball, and then defensively at short, that was kind of hit and miss. I don't want to be ragging on him, but maybe we can be a little bit more solid on the defensive side of the field, Diamond. And then one other thing I wanted to touch base on real quick, Phil, is that Darryl Strawberry interview you did earlier in the week. That was cool. If anybody's not real familiar with Darryl Strawberry, his story, and like truly how talented of a baseball player he was, because like you said, that guy had Hall of Fame all over him. There's a 30 for 30 that they released about him, and y'all may have even mentioned that, but you can really familiarize yourself with that story on that 30 for 30. And then SmackDown, it's time to really sit back and think about it. Or the Cowboys, I'm a Cowboys fan like you, man. Are we having trouble because of Jerry Jones? You know, I mean, you look at it, Jason Garrett, he hired McCarthy. I don't know, but I think Jerry's time has come and gone. What scares me, though, is if he's doing that already himself and he's got his son in grooming, Lord forbid he's the same way Jerry is.
Well, I think for me, part of like with the draft, I think wasn't Stephen Jones was part of the reason they went and got CeeDee Lamb, if I'm not mistaken. So
yeah, you're right
on that. So to answer your question, you could probably point a little bit to that. I think particularly this season, injuries have killed the Cowboys. And the defense the defense has been horrible. I'm about ready to go slap Phil Elson because as soon as you started bringing up the Cowboys, a little smirk came on his face. So,
look, I'm not a Cowboys fan, but Mike McCarthy being a Pittsburgh guy, it's not like I'm rooting for him, but I thought they would be better than they are now. Injuries are part of it, but from what I'm reading, man, I mean, the Cowboys right now really don't like the coaching staff, don't like McCarthy. Yeah. They feel unprepared.
Yeah, you've seen a lot of players come out and say the same thing, and injuries with that, it's probably a lot of that. And I think, Cody, what you really saw particularly how much, and I think I said this yesterday, I said it this morning on the Morning Rush, how much Dak Prescott means to that team. As far as, I mean, yes, he's a hell of a quarterback and been playing out of his mind trying to keep the Cowboys in ball games and has won a few games for that simple reason of throwing for 7,000 yards in one single game. Losing Dak Prescott, though, that hurt because you could tell like they had no motivation. You could tell they didn't have the heart and the soul to go out there and compete. Is that a byproduct of Dak Prescott? Maybe, but it could be more towards what Phil just brought up with the lack of being prepared, and maybe some people just not liking Mike McCarthy.
Hey, I've got to say this real quick because SmackDown, I don't know if you were around it or not, but I worked in a corporate environment for a while. Yep. COVID hit and kind of separated from that for a little bit until everything's back to normal. You know how many – I'm not going to say that a lot of people are somewhat ignorant when it comes to in a professional football and sports in general. I don't know if some of them played or not, but people were saying that – they were like, here's the biggest fool thing I've seen Jerry Jones do. He gave Zeke all that money, SmackDown. And look what's happened to Zeke. A running back's career in the NFL, you get 3 to 5 prime years out of him. You really do. Look it up.
I completely agree. Yeah.
And he does not pay Dak Prescott. And everybody's like, oh, we can live without Dak Prescott. Guys, if you've got a leader, if you've got somebody that can throw more touchdown passes than interceptions, because as crazy as that sounds, statistically, you can tell when a quarterback's going to be successful in the NFL. Look at their touchdown-interception ratios. First couple of seasons, like Baker Mayfield. First year looked pretty good, but then second year, interceptions, he's not able to read the defense. He's getting out-schemed. We had a quarterback who didn't get out-schemed, who made good decisions with the football. People do not understand how hard that – it's the hardest job in the world. NFL quarterback is, for real, one of them. Because only a certain number of people can do it and succeed at it. As crazy as that sounds because it's sports, it is the hardest thing you can do. That and play linebacker, too. That's a tough position.
To me, you're 100% right. I think the running back lifespan is 3 to 5 years, and you see some of those guys that are maybe not as productive as they get into like year 5, 6, 7, 8, or close to 10 or 15, but they're still productive and they can be called upon. I think for me, Zeke for me was more – that's a once-in-a-lifetime kind of a running back, or at least we thought so, and now he's fumbled more times this season than ever. So, yeah, you're right.
He hasn't done anything in the last couple of years, SmackDown.
I know.
But anyway, you guys have a good one. Phil, excited to hear you and Bubba call the game later. Y'all have a good day.
Thanks, Cody.
I'm excited about it, too. Thanks, Cody, for that phone call. Yeah, I mean, the injury started week 1 for Dallas, and it just keeps going. It's like a confluence of events coming together for a team that was expected to have a really successful year. Don't forget about Wheels RV in Springdale if you're looking for top dollar on your trade and the best deals on new RVs. Top brands like Grand Design, Forest River Vibe, KZ Sportsman, and the Paradigm Fifth Wheel, hottest new fifth wheel in the industry from Alliance RV. Plus Wheels is the only lifetime warranty dealer in Northwest Arkansas and the River Valley. You'll find them 5 miles west off Exit 72 in Springdale, underneath the Tawnytown Water Tower, and at wheelsrv.net. We come back with the unflappable Bob Holt.
With 100% fiber, internet, voice, and cloud services from Ritter Communications. Whether you're a one-man woodworking shop who needs fast, reliable internet complete with TV service, or you're a construction enterprise needing managed voice and networking to connect your multiple sites, our helpful, Arkansas-based team will create a custom solution for you. Visit RitterBusiness.com or give them a call at 888-336-4249 to learn more.
Die-Hard batteries are reliable in the coldest of weather. Durable.
Month of October, Frankfurt Furniture is offering no sales tax. That's right, Frankfurt Furniture is offering no sales tax for the month of October.
We also offer in-store no-credit check financing, delivery service, and service after the sale. At Frankfurt Furniture, we are family-owned, and we pride ourselves in carrying as many made-in-the-USA products as possible.
Remember, in October, no sales tax at Frankfurt Furniture, your made-in-the-USA headquarters. Frankfurt Furniture, best seats in the house.
When you're looking for outdoor power equipment, head to R-Track, where we've got the area's best selection of tractors and mowers. Check out our side-by-side UTVs, Argo Amphibious XTVs, and Hammerhead go-karts. We rent professional quality equipment and service everything we sell. Stop by today. Get the R-Track advantage.
Off I-40 at exit 58 at 219 East Taylor Road in Clarksville. You can check out their inventory online at rtrack.com.
Tommy Kraft here. When it came time for new gates and some fence repairs at my home, the Fence Man was my first call. The Fence Man does it all, from large commercial jobs to small residential repairs. Wood privacy fence, vinyl fence, commercial or residential chain link, even custom wrought iron fencing. 479-782-3936. 18 months, same as cash financing with approved credit is now available. If it involves fencing, the Fence Man does it. The Fence Man. He ain't afraid of no work. 479-782-3936.
This is Pastor Heath from Woodland. I know some of these ads make you glad, but most probably make you mad. The reason is people believe the lie that heals is better than the truth that hurts. Our purpose at Woodland is to risk the hurt by exposing the lies so you can be wise unto salvation. If you'd like to know more, check out our website, woodlandpeople.church. There you can download our app and listen to our podcast. That's woodlandpeople.church.
Professionals at Able Roofing. Call their local number, 474-0006, for a free roof inspection. Never trust something as important as the roofing system on your home to a storm chaser. Able Roofing, 474-0006. Will work with your insurance company. Call now for your free roof inspection, 474-0006. Able Roofing, the hometown roofers.
I told you that front tire needed air.
I know, Dad.
Where's the tire iron? I told you, always keep a tire iron in a jack.
I know, Dad. I got it. Roadside assistance is included with my shelter insurance auto policy. It's one of the reasons you told me to get it, remember?
Maybe you do listen after all.
At Shelter, listening to you is what we do best.
Ask Shelter agents Tiffany Newman or Warren Robertson about a free insurance review.
Make-A-Wake Boat Sales and Service is not only where you can get your next Yamaha or Skeeter boat, they also carry a huge selection of bait and tackle. Find whatever floats your boat at Make-A-Wake Bait and Tackle. They carry tons of top brand lines of rods and reels and everything you need to gear up your tackle box, from Strike King, Kitech, and Zoom to Sunline and War Eagle products. Make finding your next Yamaha or Skeeter boat an easy catch with Make-A-Wake Boat Sales and Service in Van Buren, 4806 Alma Highway in Van Buren, and makeawakeboats.com.
This is ESPN 95.3. You're listening to Halftime with Phil Elson, Matty T, and Matt Smackdown Jenkins.
Bennett gives him the ball. Why hit right at the line of scrimmage? It's going to depend on the spot. Arkansas says he didn't make it. It depends on where they put the ball down. Georgia looks like they've conceded. Arkansas holds, and they're going to get the football back.
Make sure to follow Halftime on Twitter at HitThatLineAR and on Facebook and Instagram at HitThatLine.
Going to the phones where we are joined by the unflappable Bob Holt.
Unflappable.
Defined as persistently calm, whether facing difficulties or experiencing success. Not easily upset or excited, marked by, and I love this part of it, extreme calm and composure.
Ooh,
I don't know what you think here, but I think this perfectly describes Bob Holt. Bob, do you agree with being unflappable?
I try to be, but man, on deadline, if you're having computer issues, you can get a little crazy.
Okay, all right. Well, that's also one of those words. It's like chalant and nonchalant. Like there is no such thing as being flappable, right? It's only unflappable. I'm always intrigued by words like this. Hey, before we get into some of the sports stuff here, I understand that you need to be working on your slider these days because Eric Musselman has you marked down as the starting pitcher for what hopefully at some point when the pandemic is done, a media versus basketball coach wiffle ball game. So apparently Muss was doing some scouting on this. He says you're going to be the pitcher. You've been working on the slider?
He's probably trying to find the worst pitcher he could for the opponent. I'm not sure where he got the idea I could pitch, but it sounds like fun. But, yeah, I don't really have any athletic skills. That's why I ended up becoming a writer, I guess.
Well, I have a feeling that Muss chose this team based upon the kind of questions and the number of questions that get asked at the Zoom press conferences. But let's get into some of the stuff that you talked about with the SEC football coaches on Wednesday during the teleconference. And, you know, we give Sam Pittman a lot of credit for being real, for being honest, for being himself. And I think Lane Kiffin is also the same way, though completely different personalities. He does not shy away from some good nature. I mean, even if you want to say it's sometimes sarcastic jabs that are coming at him, and he'll play along with it. Like how Arkansas's Twitter account, had the video of the Lane train being knocked aside and all of that. And he just seems to have fun with himself. But I also think, like, if we're going to laud Sam Pittman for coming across as being real, do you think Lane Kiffin also is real, but just in a different way?
Yeah, it's like he said on the teleconference. I mean, I asked him about, like you said, there was a video, I guess it's Thomas the Train. I'm not that familiar with that stuff, but it was a toy train complete with a little Ole Miss mask like Lane Kiffin wears. And, of course, when he got hired, Ole Miss had a pretty, slick Lane Train video that was pretty cool. That I guess that was kind of like their big promotional video they did first hire, and I'm sure whoever hired him would have done something similar probably. It was very slick, very well done. And so in Arkansas, did the little toy train and, going off the rails, and it showed Sam and his coordinators. I'm not sure who they were supposed to be. I guess some kind of characters of Thomas the Train. And Lane, I think they did that Saturday night. Like the next day, he said something like, "Hey, very clever, Arkansas football. See you next season." And then on Monday, Sam said on an SEC radio show that Hudson Clark would be getting a scholarship come January when they get some available. And of course, he was the freshman walk-on who had 3 picks against Lane Kiffin, and probably, nobody. I don't know. I'd love to see an Ole Miss scouting report and show the thing about Hudson Clark and Lane. I think the SB Network retweeted the thing about the clip of Sam's spot on the radio where he said that, and Lane Kiffin said, "Hey, glad we can help. Congratulations." And so I asked him about that on the teleconference. I said, "Hey, a lot of coaches probably wouldn't be, react that way." And he goes, "Well, as you probably know," and he wasn't really saying it to me. He's probably saying it to anybody that would ask him a question. He said, "I'm not like those coaches," kind of paraphrasing there. But he said, "Hey, if you're going to dish it out, you got to be able to take it." And I think Lane Kiffin, he's real, and he rubbed some people the wrong way, maybe with his realism. but I thought it was pretty cool that he didn't get all bent out of shape or ignored or fire back at him. Like, well, wait till we see you guys again. I thought it was pretty. He took I think that stuff was meant in good humor, and he took it that way.
I guess the biggest news that involved SEC football yesterday, and maybe across the country for college football, was LSU taking away by themselves 8 scholarships over a 2-year period, reducing the recruiting visits, also banning Odell Beckham from their facilities for 2 years. These are separate incidents. You're dealing with booster payments to a player's father in one case. That's where the scholarship reduction's coming from. With Beckham, we remember from the national championship game with him throwing money around like a drunk sailor to student athletes. And it was just a very interesting day for LSU as they try to get out ahead of the NCAA. And I think for them, they just have to be thinking, gosh, we hope that these penalties are enough. I'm not asking you if you think they are, but they got to be a little worried about this.
Yeah, I guess they did one of these joint investigations, and sometimes, the school does that, and they bend over backwards and cooperate, and they still get hammered. And Missouri would probably be a good case in point when they got their bowl ban last season. I'm sure a lot of Missouri people feel like, well, we did all the work for the NCAA and handed it to them on a silver platter and self-imposed sanctions, and they still, Missouri's self-imposed sanctions did not include a bowl ban that hit them. I guess that summer. It seems like about 10 years ago now. But, usually I think that the LSU officials, you would think they'd get some kind of direction from the NCAA. There's law firms out there usually that are made up of former NCAA lawyers that do a lot of, work with schools. They're consultants. It's a pretty good business, and they probably say, okay, well, here, do A, B, and C, and hope that appeases the NCAA. Surely some people at LSU have talked to them and gotten advice. That doesn't mean the NCAA won't add to the sanctions, but usually, if you're a school like LSU or whoever you might be, Arkansas had these issues too. A lot of schools have. You do what you think the NCAA would do, and you hope that's enough.
Speaking to Bob Holt here on Halftime, Bob, let's transition over to Razorback football, and obviously we got the bye week coming up, and we had Sam Pittman on our show yesterday. He was on the Morning Rush earlier this morning and talked a lot about the bye week, and particularly the Friday they're going to have lifting weights, they're going to have class, and then after that, the players are pretty much free to do what they want until the Sunday COVID test, and I think it says a lot about Sam Pittman putting the trust in his players to do the right thing this weekend as far as making sure that they socially distance and they do their thing. But if you're a fan right now, how concerned are you heading into this weekend, just hoping that everything works out just well? That way when you go into Texas A&M, everything should be smooth sailing forward.
Well, it's like you say, Sam, obviously I think there's a lot of mutual trust between the coaches and players and the players back to the coaches. And you just hope, it really just takes one or two guys sort of, messing up, so to speak. Normally you'd like to say, well, gosh, a guy should be able to go see who he wants to see and do what he wants to do, within reason. And really, you kind of need to stay in your bubble. Look what happened to Florida. Dan Mullen was saying the other day, or I guess it was actually yesterday, that he thought that their Florida's outbreak, which basically has put them not playing for 3 weeks. They had 2 games postponed, and they're allegedly going to, or not allegedly, they're going to hopefully get back to football on Monday. So we'll see what happens with that. But they feel like, they had maybe guys test negative, but somebody got on the plane and had it anyway. And that infects people, and you go to the hotel and you get infected. Basically, I think in these cramped locker rooms, some of the coaches were complaining about, visiting locker rooms. So it really only just takes one or two guys, to get sick, and you can infect the whole team pretty quickly, players and staff. We've seen a lot of head coaches that have had gotten sick, or at least tested positive. I don't know if they've gotten sick, but so yeah, you hope the players understand that it's great to have some time off and enjoy the success they've had. They deserve that, but you still got to be really careful.
I think also the biggest thing that I'm taking from this bye week, and I asked Sam Pittman this yesterday, getting healthy. A lot of these players, and you have a lot of injured Razorbacks right now, whether they've been out or just playing injured. I mean, you got Bumper Poole, Grant Morgan, Dorian Gerald, particularly on the on the defensive side of the football. And he even said during the show yesterday that if everything goes right and COVID stays down or stays at a zero, he believes that this defense could be back at full strength or have everybody back ready to go for Texas A&M. And for as well as this defense has played, Bob, I think if that rings true and you get all these guys back and they're fully healthy, do you think this defense could take another step forward and become even more dominant?
Well, yeah. I mean, you look at the other day. I mean, they were missing Bumper Poole, who's one of their best players, and Dorian Gerald hadn't played since the opener, and Monteric Brown. And most people probably would have agreed he was their best cornerback. He hadn't played, I think, since Mississippi State. And Morgan, that was incredible what he did, more or less with one arm. I mean, but he's hurting. He definitely needs some time off. Jerry Jacobs has played off the bench. The starting corner, a senior from Arkansas State. So yeah, the fact that they've been doing this. You look at the secondary. Catalan and Clark, redshirt freshman. Kari Johnson, true freshman. Greg Brooks has played a lot, but he's a true sophomore. And so, Joe Foucher's an older guy, junior. But, yeah, it's pretty amazing what they've been doing with a young – you got, a redshirt freshman, Eric Gregory, and a sophomore, Zach Williams, true sophomore, starting up front at the end spots. So, and Hayden Henry hadn't started in 2 years. That was only his second career start. So, yeah, it's amazing what this staff has done, mixing and matching players because of injuries or, maybe guys are out for COVID or whatever. I think it's mostly injuries of late. But, yeah, the staff has really done an amazing job because, honestly, the previous staff, Catalan, we'd hear about these great plays he was doing in practice, and he never played in games. So I guess that's good because he's a redshirt freshman, although, everybody's getting a year back. But yeah, it's amazing what they've done really using their whole roster.
Bob, appreciate your time, man. We'll leave it at that. Talk again next week. Stay unflappable, okay?
Okay, you guys take care.
Thanks, Bob.
You got it. By the way, flappable is a real word.
Absolutely, it is.
Not. That's right. Chalant is not. Hey, if you're dealing with sleep apnea, this is a miserable thing. Your wife always telling you that she can't sleep. Get out of bed. You have one of these CPAP machines, the noise, the constant cleaning. Well, you need to call Dr. Bo Sparkman at Family Dental Care of Fort Smith. They'll help you with sleep apnea, and you don't have to deal with a CPAP machine. They've got custom dental appliances that will allow you to get rid of the CPAP and help fix your sleep apnea. Dr. Sparkman has years of experience with this very issue. He's treated hundreds of patients just like you. So call 479-785-1419 to get rid of your CPAP with Family Dental Care of Fort Smith. That's 479-785-1419 and get rid of that CPAP and your sleep apnea. We'll close up the first hour next.
World of Wireless, 877-305-DISH with a brand new offer, but it's only good till the end of the month. Get a $200 Visa gift card when you call WOW now.
Yeah, call WOW now, 877-305-DISH. That's 877-305-3474. And take advantage of this offer that just started. Our DISH rep called us, said we can offer this through Halloween. So if you get installed, from today you hear the ad, through Halloween you can get a $200 Visa gift card when you sign up for DISH service, get the Hopper system installed with approval, and your price will be guaranteed for 2 years.
Plus, you still get all the extras, the voice-activated remote, the local installation, the movie channels. Nothing else is cut out. You just get the bonus of the $200 Visa gift card.
Yes, and it's available only through World of Wireless, your local premier DISH retailer, for almost 25 years in the River Valley. But you got to call us, 877-305-DISH. Get installed by Halloween.
All right, it's a $200 bonus, but call WOW now to get all the extras. 877-305-DISH. That's 877-305-3474.
What do you get when you pull into Tony's Tire Service? You get the best selection of tires for any car, truck, or commercial vehicle. Tony's Tire Service has Cooper tires and is ready to serve you to get you back on the road safely. They'll also get your vehicle fixed with brake replacements plus an alignment with the best repair guy in the area. Tony's Tire Service has been serving the River Valley for over 34 years. Come let our guys replace your tires with Cooper tires and our service department to make sure the vehicle has the best brakes and alignments. Tony's Tire Service, 7200 South 28th Street in Fort Smith. Service you can depend on.
Tommy Kraft here for The Fence Man. Do you own a business that needs more security? Or maybe you just want a better look and more curb appeal? A new fence from The Fence Man can give you both. In business for more than 40 years, The Fence Man can custom install any type of fencing, gates, and controlled access for your business. Call The Fence Man and ask about 18 months same as cash financing with approved credit. 479-782-3936. That's 479-782-3936. The Fence Man. He ain't afraid of no work.
Kubota and Gray Brothers have teamed up to bring you special pricing on all Kubota cab tractors to help you keep cool during your hay baling and brush hogging activities. And if you're looking at cleanup from the recent storms, try Kubota's skid steers and excavators with special pricing and low-term financing. Now's the time for a new Kubota at Gray Brothers Equipment in Fort Smith and Poto, where if you pick orange, you'll never get a lemon.
Wave Rural Connect is bringing state-of-the-art fiber internet, TV, and phone service to your home. Get amazingly fast fiber internet as low as $49.95 per month. TV packages start at $32.95. Fiber phone service starts at $29.95. Go to signup.waveruralconnect.com or call 1-833-4WAVE-RC to find out if we're installing in your area. Arkansas Valley Electric Cooperative and Wave Rural Connect, changing the communities we serve.
Dee's Family Restaurant of Alma at 39 Column Lane across from the water park is now reopened and ready to serve you. We're open 5:30 a.m. to 9 p.m. 7 days a week. Breakfast is served all day and our full menu is available at 10:30 a.m. All you can eat steak on Thursday night, cooked order prime rib on Friday night, and now we deliver on Waiter. Curbside and to-go is still available. Call ahead 632-1014.
Fitness will always be about keeping a routine. And the best routines in life will always make time for enjoying yourself. Michelob Ultra, superior light beer. Enjoy responsibly. AB Michelob Ultra Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
New Bud Light Seltzer?
Yep.
A hard seltzer with a hint of fruit flavor.
Yep.
Can I try one?
Yep.
That tastes great.
Told ya. Bud Light Seltzer. Unquestionably good. Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Seltzer. IRC Beers. Beer in Texas. St. Louis, Missouri.
This is ESPN 95.3.
This is how we do it.
You're listening to Halftime with Phil Elson, Matty T, and Matt Smackdown Jenkins.
Big drop, off play action, deep corner route. Hudson Clark's there, and he intercepts it. Hudson Clark with the pick at the Ole Miss 48. Corral going to throw far side. Pass is intercepted. Hudson Clark with the interception. Hudson Clark with the pick. And the Hawks take it right back. Just inside the 25. Corral, off play action. He's got to let loose. He does, and it is intercepted. Hudson Clark again inside the 45. They'll force him out of bounds down near the Ole Miss 30. Arkansas's going to win this football game. 3 picks for Hudson Clark. How about that on a homecoming Saturday?
Now, back to the guys. Here's Phil Elson, Matty T, and Smackdown.
All right, we got another hour or so left here on Halftime. Get with us, 877-377-6963. Bubba Carpenter joining us during the next hour.
Who?
And we finish out the show with Halftime Home. I'm sorry, Charles Carpenter.
I was going. Oh, okay. Now I know who. I don't know who the heck.
Now we're on the same.
I don't know who Bubba Carpenter is.
We'll have to ask him where did it come from. When's the last time he did call him Charles? And I have to hope that he does not hang up on us the moment that we bring it up.
I'll let you ask that question.
Bubba might be a little bit upset at me because you know what I did yesterday in the booth?
What?
I sat there by myself. He was supposed to be there. He told me he was going to show up, and he never did because he had, coaching to do, and he was too far away and all that. So at that point, it's like, well, that's just licensed to do whatever I want in the radio booth.
Okay.
And the one thing that he feels more connected to in that booth than anything else is his black bat.
Yes.
In fact, he has told me before numerous times, I think he even mentioned it on Twitter, that he did not want me, in his words, fondling his bat.
What?
Okay?
Whoa,
that
whoa,
was his
whoa.
word. That was his word. I just hold the bat usually. I don't stroke it. I don't.
Whoa, hey.
I just hold the bat. I swing it. I don't know what Bubba does with that thing when I'm not around. But I did touch his bat yesterday, took a picture of it, sent it to him, and I think that angered him.
Why would you do that to him the day before he's supposed to be on the show?
Because he was supposed to be there at the game yesterday.
Also, it's
stood me up.
Gotcha. Okay.
We had a date. Man. I mean, this was like a date, and he stood me up. What kind of a friend does that?
Ow. Okay, now when you put it like that, they need to change your tone a little bit because I don't need to see our boy getting stood up. Huh.
I'm really just warming up for the broadcast later today because this is what it's going to be like.
You've been stood up by a lot worse.
Yes, I've been stood up by less hairy people than him. All right, we want to try out this segment again that we started last week. Yeah, we got to get off of fondling bats and hair.
Darn it! Come on,
stuff, right? Sorry, guys.
Wow.
We'll have to wait until the next commercial break to continue that conversation.
See, you got W and Wick's attention. He says that conversation is borderline erotic. So W and Wick's kind of like that conversation, talking about fondling bats.
I think for the guys in the studio over there, take out the borderline part of that, W. I think they're excited. Mm-hmm. So we've got a game of the week. We've got a flame of the week.
Okay.
One game you're really excited to watch, and the other that you would rather treat as if it's a leper. So you want to give it? You want to give it?
Yeah,
I'll give
it a try because I didn't do it last time. So my game of the week this week, I'm gonna go in. There's not really any big SEC games this week. I think Alabama-Tennessee probably would be the quote-unquote biggest one. You got Big Ten football coming back, but I refuse to acknowledge the Big Ten yet. So my game of the week, I'm gonna go pick on your Steelers for a little bit. Battle of Unbeatens Sunday at noon on CBS. The Titans versus Steelers. Titans are favored by 1, which kind of surprised me. And the only thing I'm really worried about or wanting to see is can the Steelers defense tackle the stiff arm of Derrick Henry?
Dude, like the reverberations from those tackles, from those hits between the toughest running back in the NFL and some really great tacklers. The only thing that is louder than that SmackDown are your meat hooks next Wednesday at 12 noon.
It's going to be a good point.
That's going to be a great game. First time, Pittsburgh's 5-0? Have not been 5-0, I think, ever. Or maybe since one of the Super Bowl years in the mid-'70s. So, and the Titans being a run-heavy team, this will be a lot of fun. Great game.
Flame of the week for me is WWE Hell in a Cell. Get it? Because hell,
no
flame.
Oh, I was going to say no bueno. Like I would figure you are all fired up about
No,
that.
I tried to make a joke, and you could see how far that went. By the way, I'll give you my actual flame of the week. I just wanted to try the joke and see if it lands. There will be Hell in a Cell picks tomorrow during our game day picks. That is this coming Sunday.
Matty T's already done research on
That's
that.
right.
I knew
all night.
I knew he did, but Phil, I'm just trying to give you a heads up here because I know Matty T's done his homework on Roman Reigns versus Jey Uso inside Hell in a Cell. Right, Matty?
That's right. Exactly.
See? Yeah, there you go.
What?
My actual flame of the week this week, the NFC East divisional matchups are just a freaking joke this week. Good God almighty.
This is awesome. I love these teams' records.
Jesus. So the Giants and the Eagles play tonight. They are a combined 2-9-1. The Giants are 1-5. The Eagles are 1-4-1. Then, if that's not enough, and I'll even pick on my Cowboys because they're atrocious right now. They take on the Washington football team. Cowboys are 2-4. The football team is 1-5. It's just an atrocious weekend of NFC East football. So there's my game and flames of the week.
The division champion in the NFC East is going to finish 6-10. I pray to, if there are football guys, that happens. My game of the week is tomorrow's Game 3 World Series, and it's really because of the first 5 innings.
Okay.
Walker Buehler versus Charlie Morton, 2 pitchers that have done extremely well, not just this postseason, but through their careers in the postseason. And for Buehler, he's only 26 years old. He's made 10 postseason starts. Admittedly, you have more postseason rounds than you've ever had before. That's one of the reasons why. But he's been very good this postseason. 19 innings, 4 runs, 11 walks, 29 strikeouts for Buehler. Remember, he's doing it with a blister, which has essentially eliminated his cutter.
It's the most painful injury in Major League Baseball.
That's right. You wouldn't even be able to pick your nose with that finger
not.
properly snapped down.
God, no.
Morton, who's known as a huge big game pitcher, has already been a guy that beat the Dodgers in Game 7 of the World Series in 2017 coming out of the bullpen. And in his 12 postseason appearances, Morton has allowed 2 or more runs in just 5 of those games. But Buehler pretty much is a 5-inning pitcher. I think he went 6 the last time out, but that's because he was able to limit his pitches. He has mostly been a 5-inning pitcher. Morton is a 5-inning pitcher. In fact, in his career, he's pitched 6 innings in just 1 postseason game. So he's good for 5 innings, but the Rays usually do not like to allow their starting pitchers to try to go through the lineup for a third time. Morton, of course, had most of his success with the Astros, and now with the Rays, he's been great too. But it's going to be up to the bullpens for both of these teams. And so, I would not be surprised if you go through the first 5 innings tomorrow and it's a 1-1 score or scoreless. So I think it's going to be great pitching for 5 innings, and then all craziness will break out. So I think tomorrow's Game 3 will be outstanding.
And that'll be carried on ESPN Arkansas. Right, Maddie? Yeah.
That's correct.
Sweet.
The flame of the week, the worst game of the week, taking place in Manhattan, Kansas, where the Kansas Jayhawks and the Kansas State Wildcats are ready to go up. Now, Kansas State is pretty good this year. Kansas, to put it lightly, is not. Kansas is 0-4. They've been outscored 170-61.
What?
They are the 4th worst in the country in scoring, 15 points per game. They are the 3rd worst in the country in points allowed at 42.5 per game. Plus, Kansas State has won the last 11 matchups by an average of 26 points. I'm talking final scores like 38-10, 34-19, 45-14, 51-13, 56-16. This is a dog of a game, and any game involving Kansas is. But this one is going to stink. Put your money on Kansas State.
Give me the over.
By the way.
Give me the over.
It's Kansas State favored by 19.5.
Oh,
They'll
yeah.
probably win by 35.
Give
That's
it to
how
me.
bad Kansas is. All right, we come back in the second hour. 877-377-6963 on halftime. Right back.
Your number 1 Arkansas fan, Auto Owners Insurance and Kohler and Green Insurance is a winning combination. We will work with you to insure your home, auto, business, and life to keep everything you value safe, sound, secure. Auto Owners Insurance, the no-problem people. Visit Kohler and Green Insurance in Fort Smith. Call 484-9888. And Kohler and Green Insurance in Van Buren. Call 474-9888 today or online at kohlergreen.com.
Randall Ford is excited to announce their state-of-the-art mobile service van, stocked with all the latest tools and technology needed to service your vehicle. Everything from oil changes, warranty repair, battery, software updates, brake jobs, and so much more. All is done with your convenience and safety in mind. We'll come to your office or home to provide professional service the Randall Ford way. Stop by today at Randall Ford, 5500 Rogers Avenue, or check us out online 24/7. RandallFord.com. Ford, the #1 selling brand in America.
Fall hunting seasons are underway, and Jelco Outdoors has all the gear you need to have a great hunting season. Archery, black powder supplies, muzzle loader, rifle, shotguns, hunting clothing, hunting boots, calls, scents, feeders, decoys, blinds, tree stands, box blinds, and much more. Jelco Outdoors has it all for you. Jelco wishes all hunters the best of luck this year, and enjoy your time in the woods. Hunt smart and stay safe. And remember, a great hunt begins at Jelco Outdoors, 4600 South Zero in Fort Smith.
Full-time farmers, hobby farmers, and landowners, your time is important. Make the most out of that time with a brand new Branson tractor from Bush Machine and Tractor in Fort Smith. With tractors from 19 to 105 horsepower, we have a tractor that will fit your needs. Ask Bush Machine and Tractor about their special financing options and free loader rebates. Bush Machine and Tractor in Fort Smith is Arkansas's #1 Branson dealer. Check their inventory at bushtractor.com.
The biggest selection and the lowest prices on a new Buick are at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. The 2020 Buick Encore has plenty of cargo space, and it's loaded with technology. Only $19,995. And the 2020 Buick Envision has all the features and seating for 5. Take $9,000 off. Only $28,985. The biggest selection and the lowest prices are at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. Exit 11 off of I-540 in Fort Smith.
ESPN Arkansas weather.
Mainly clear sky tonight. An overnight low will drop down to right around 60 degrees. We're back to sunshine on Thursday. Our high into the low 80s. Clouding up as we head through Friday with a few showers or thunderstorms. Temperatures will fall through the 70s. I'm Sally Russell with your forecast on ESPN Arkansas.
Hey, this is Ty Richardson. Make sure to listen to the Morning Rush every weekday morning from 6 to 9 on ESPN 95.3 and hitthatline.com.
It's fast. It's exciting.
KERX Paris Fort Smith. This is halftime, coming at you from the Busch Light Studios on ESPN 95.3.
You guys are awesome, baby. You have these guys, ESPN in Arkansas. They do a good job.
Live from the Busch Light Studios.
I love Arkansas. I love everything here. Give me that thing here. Woo!
On your favorite Arkansas sports talk station.
Why did that happen in Fayetteville, Arkansas?
Dixon Street. It'll get you.
Streaming live from
Hit that line.
.com.
You want answers. I want the truth. You can't handle the truth.
This is halftime with Phil Elson, Matty T, and Matt Jenkins.
My calculations are correct. When this baby hits 88 miles per hour, you're going to see some serious...
Jones for the win. He got it. He got it. He got it. Mason Jones banks in a three with 0.1 seconds to play.
All right, hold on. It's almost halftime.
All right, let's see what you might have planned for tonight. Any big-time college football games this evening? Nobody in the top 25 playing. Oh, Arkansas State, Appalachian State. Big
That'll be a
Sun Belt
good
battle
one.
on ESPN and Boone tonight. And App State's had a lot of trouble getting games in because of COVID for their opponents and themselves. Your Thursday night football game is, hey, I'm not going to say like the flame of the weekend because today's Thursday, but this would be the flame of the night. My gosh, Giants and Eagles.
Oh, that was one of my flames. Absolutely.
That's the dog game of the weekend in
That's a
in
doozy.
the NFL. It really is. So no World Series. Gosh, what do you do on a Thursday night now, for crying out loud?
I mean, there is a presidential debate tonight, but
we just lost every listener we
had.
had.
No, but you don't have to.
I think I would rather choke myself on a fork than watch the presidential debate.
I'm sure it'll be
quite
civil.
honest.
I'm on season. You're talking about stuff to watch. I'm already on season 4 of The Big Bang Theory, and I haven't seen it.
Never
before.
watched that.
Never
show
watched
either.
The Big Bang Theory. So,
but the way you talk about it, I mean,
I find it funny. I find it completely hysterical. No, there's gonna be some stuff you can watch, and I don't know, tonight might be a Netflix and chill night.
Yeah, Phil, check out the television version of From Dusk Till Dawn on Netflix.
Oh, that's
It's
right.
pretty
You were
good.
telling me to check up on that one, or maybe I'll just go to sleep early, and
Why would you do that?
And get a good
my
night's
beauty
sleep,
rest. Yeah, beauty rest. See this trade in the NFL. Sources are confirming here that Minnesota is trading defensive end Yannick Ngakoue to the Ravens. Didn't the Vikings just traded for Ngakoue? I think that was just before the season started.
Yeah, that sounds right. That's a big time move. And then you're also bringing up the Ravens. Apparently, also the Ravens are making a lot of NFL news today. You brought up the Ngakoue trade. Apparently, Des Bryant is heading back to the league, and he's going to be on the practice squad for the Baltimore Ravens, and maybe that'll lead to an NFL comeback for the former Cowboy star wide receiver.
Wow, that would be interesting. He and Lamar Jackson, if he's anything like he used to be, that would be pretty high powered combination there. But obviously that looks like right now a 2-team race in the AFC North. Baltimore and Pittsburgh, I think they play next weekend. Not this upcoming one, but the one after that. So this is going to be a really interesting division race when it comes right down to it. All right, 877-377-6963. Has there been a crack in the Earth's crust, and has Arkansas fallen into the crack? SmackDown, now the Razorbacks have announced that they're going to play against University of Central Arkansas and men's basketball. This is okay, right? I'm all for this.
Oh, I am too.
You know it's coming. You know it's coming with the need to be able to schedule closer teams. An Arkansas State game is going to come. But I love the idea of playing UCA December 12th in Fayetteville at Bud Walton Arena. Hope for the first of many matchups between these two teams.
Now, if you're paying attention to that date, he just said December 12th, Phil, that was actually supposed to be the Arkansas-Oklahoma game in Tulsa at the BOK Center. That has been removed. I don't know necessarily from the Arkansas OU websites, but when you look at the BOK website, it is no longer listed. So I'm sure that had something to do with COVID and travel and maybe just trying to fit in other games instead of that one. So, but I think that'll be a good match. I mean, Arkansas will win that matchup, or I would assume they would. But I think you're starting to see the cracks open as far as like our in-state schools playing Arkansas and vice versa. You've already seen Dave Van Horn do it with baseball. You're seeing Mike Neighbors going to do the same thing with women's basketball. I assume Courtney Doffel and the softball program is going to do the same thing. It's a good thing for the state as a whole, everything all together. So hopefully this will lead into something. When I first saw it and the buddy texted to me, he thought it was football. He thought it was UCA football taking on the Razorbacks. I was like, no. This has got to be basketball. And it was. So.
Well, and I say announced by Arkansas. They have not announced the schedule yet. This came from John Rothstein from NCAA.com.
And
he's the one with the sources.
If he's reporting on it, though, it's probably true.
Yeah, but I mean, we still don't know what the non-conference schedule looks like. Little pieces of news have filtered out here and there, but when the SEC schedule starts. Don't know exactly how it looks or who you play on what day, but when it does begin. 2 days before New Year's for the men, New Year's Eve for the women. We don't know what the non-conference looks like or how many games will be scheduled. And, I think we also have to open up the idea of that all those games might not get played. You've the football team, the other sports, soccer, that are only playing in their league. The soccer is only playing in the SEC. Football is only playing in the SEC. So they're going up against teams that they know what the protocols are for keeping COVID out of the locker room. It's the same, almost the same, school to school. For basketball, when you are playing non-conference, this is going to be touchy. This is going to be touchy. Now, I know UCA has done great work for their, not just their football team, but their athletic department.
Absolutely.
I think in keeping COVID away. I mean, look at what the football team has done. I mean, legitimately just piecing a schedule together almost, it felt like week by week.
And an incredible schedule at that point, and have been competitive, if not won, almost every one of those games. If they haven't won, they've been right in the middle of it till the very end. So, yeah, what UCA has been able to do has been nothing short of spectacular.
Yeah, so, again, that'll be Arkansas, UCA, December 12th in Fayetteville. I know the women's team is still set to play against UALR. I think they're set against UCA, and I think they're still set to play against Arkansas State.
I think that's correct. So,
and again, I mean, I would like to know. I would like to have an official schedule sometime soon because a lot of moments on my life do depend upon it in about a month.
Got to get the schedule planned out.
Exactly, but hey, I live up here, so you tell me when to be there, and I'll be there. Right?
Yeah, absolutely. Let me hit y'all with some basketball news real quick. This comes from Arkansas Hog Talk and our pal Kyle Sutherland, and Kyle filled in for you when you had your 3 or 4 day vacation back in the summer.
Mm-hmm.
He's a good guy. He hung out with me and Matty T for the day, and he was really great with the Hog Talk podcast, which also is on the
Hit That Line Podcast Network.
Yes, sir. It's a great podcast with them boys. But they shared this tweet from Jake Lieberman, 4-star class of 22 forward Joseph Pinion out of Morrilton is set to announce his commitment tomorrow. He's been heavily recruited by the Razorbacks, and if you've been following this, he's also been heavily recruited by Coach Mike Krzyzewski and the Duke Blue Devils. So that'll be, according to Jake Lieberman via Twitter, he's going to announce his commitment tomorrow. He's been looked at by Arkansas, Duke, and also Baylor, Creighton, DePaul, TCU, Texas Tech, and among others. And the dude is a dynamite shooter, 6'6", 180. He's ranked 102nd ranked player in the class of 2020 in the that's a mouthful. Class of 2022, and that's all according to 24/7 Sports. So that'll be a big get for Coach Musselman, one of the best players coming out of that 22 class here in the state of Arkansas.
Oh man, you got so much. It feels like recruiting momentum for the program already right now. It'd be nice to get a little bit more, especially from an in-state kid who's getting all these incredible offers. I mean, that's quite a laundry list of top-notch programs there that Joseph has to choose from. It's a tough decision. That's a really tough decision, but
it's going to be hard to.
Sure, he'll do whatever he feels is right for him and only for him.
Well, you can't sometimes you just can't hang your head when Krzyzewski and Duke come calling. I mean, that's as blue blood number one as it gets. And if you lose a kid to Duke, I mean, it'll suck. Don't get me wrong, but you can't hang your head on that. Just based off the program itself. But if vice versa though, if you're able to pull a kid away from Duke to come stay home and play at Arkansas, that's a pretty good feather in your cap if you're Eric Musselman, I would say.
Well, it feels like the kind of kid that you have a shot at because he's from Arkansas. Specifically, he's from Arkansas.
Right.
Now, with Eric Musselman as the head coach and the way that he markets the program, markets himself, and you see where you get guys coming in from other parts of the country now, maybe that'll change. Maybe that'll change in future. But this is also one of those players. It's like, you say build a fence around the state. It's so tough to do when you've got that incredible list of blue blood programs to choose from. So
Absolutely.
if he doesn't come to Arkansas, I really think that has much to do with an inability to recruit star players from the state of Arkansas. I know Mike got a lot of guff for that, but he also kept a lot of pretty good players in the state as well. Hey, don't forget about 906 Cocktail and Cigar Lounge this weekend. They are open until midnight tomorrow and 1 o'clock on Saturday. Saturday, 8 p.m. until midnight. Bill Rebsamen with David Bushkull for a classy date night. Make your plans. First-class entertainment in an elegant setting like a cruise ship on land. How about that? It's 906 Cocktail and Cigar Lounge. Find their specials and events on their Facebook page. Just do a search for 906 Lounge on Facebook, and the page pops up. Plus, they've got their menu, their website right there, and they abide by all social distancing guidelines and have state-of-the-art airflow system inside, so you'll have the freshest environment. It's 906 Cocktail and Cigar Lounge on Garrison Avenue, downtown Fort Smith. Right back.
Month of October, Frankfurt Furniture is offering no sales tax. That's right, Frankfurt Furniture is offering no sales tax for the month of October.
We also offer in-store no-credit check financing, delivery service, and service after the sale. At Frankfurt Furniture, we are family-owned, and we pride ourselves in carrying as many made-in-the-USA products as possible.
Remember, in October, no sales tax at Frankfurt Furniture, your made-in-the-USA headquarters. Frankfurt Furniture, best seats in the house.
When you're looking for outdoor power equipment, head to R-Track, where we've got the area's best selection of tractors and mowers. Check out our side-by-side UTVs, Argo Amphibious XTVs, and Hammerhead go-karts. We rent professional quality equipment and service everything we sell. Stop by today. Get the R-Track advantage.
Off I-40 at exit 58 at 219 East Taylor Road in Clarksville. You can check out their inventory online at rtrack.com.
Tommy Kraft here. When it came time for new gates and some fence repairs at my home, the Fence Man was my first call. The Fence Man does it all, from large commercial jobs to small residential repairs. Wood privacy fence, vinyl fence, commercial or residential chain link, even custom wrought iron fencing. 479-782-3936. 18 months, same as cash financing with approved credit is now available. If it involves fencing, the Fence Man does it. The Fence Man. He ain't afraid of no work. 479-782-3936.
This is Pastor Heath from Woodland. I know some of these ads make you glad, but most probably make you mad. The reason is people believe the lie that heals is better than the truth that hurts. Our purpose at Woodland is to risk the hurt by exposing the lies so you can be wise unto salvation. If you'd like to know more, check out our website, woodlandpeople.church. There you can download our app and listen to our podcast. That's woodlandpeople.church.
For the month of October, Frankfurt Furniture is offering no sales tax. That's right, Frankfurt Furniture is offering no sales tax for the month of October.
We also offer in-store no-credit check financing, delivery service, and service after the sale. At Frankfurt Furniture, we are family-owned, and we pride ourselves in carrying as many made-in-the-USA products as possible.
Remember, in October, no sales tax at Frankfurt Furniture, your made-in-the-USA headquarters. Frankfurt Furniture, best seats in the house.
When you're looking for outdoor power equipment, head to R-Track, where we've got the area's best selection of tractors and mowers. Check out our side-by-side UTVs, Argo amphibious XTVs, and Hammerhead go-karts. We rent professional quality equipment and service everything we sell. Stop by today. Get the R-Track advantage.
Off I-40 at exit 58 at 219 East Taylor Road in Clarksville. You can check out their inventory online at rtrack.com.
Tommy Kraft here. When it came time for new gates and some fence repairs at my home, the Fence Man was my first call. The Fence Man does it all, from large commercial jobs to small residential repairs. Wood privacy fence, vinyl fence, commercial or residential chain link, even custom wrought iron fencing. 479-782-3936. 18 months, same as cash financing with approved credit is now available. If it involves fencing, the Fence Man does it. The Fence Man. He ain't afraid of no work. 479-782-3936.
This is Pastor Heath from Woodland. I know some of these ads make you glad, but most probably make you mad. The reason is people believe the lie that heals is better than the truth that hurts. Our purpose at Woodland is to risk the hurt by exposing the lies so you can be wise unto salvation. If you'd like to know more, check out our website, woodlandpeople.church. There you can download our app and listen to our podcast. That's woodlandpeople.church.
5 and 1290 in Northwest Arkansas, 95.3 in Fort Smith in the River Valley, 96.3 in Hot Springs in Central Arkansas, 104.3 in Harrison and Mountain Home, and everywhere on hitthatline.com. Have a smart speaker? Just say play ESPN Arkansas to listen to halftime anywhere you go.
ESPN Arkansas from TuneIn.
Now, back to the guys. Here's Phil Elson, Matty T, and SmackDown.
Back on halftime here, 877-377-6963. Can take calls or texts for this next segment. We have Bubba Charles Carpenter coming up after the next commercial break. And wrap
what's
it up
his name again?
Homework. Chaz. You want to go with Chaz instead?
Oh, Chaz Yeah, I like
that.
That's better than Charles, isn't it?
I think he'll appreciate that better than Charles Carpenter. Yeah, I think.
Because it works, if he decides to make a change later on down the line, too, he can still go with Chaz.
Exactly.
So where was Bubba on this wiffle ball roster that Eric Musselman put together?
Not even
Bubba. If there's one he is a member of the media, right? He's not really a journalist, but if you got a microphone and you're on the broadcasts with me, then as far as I can tell, you're a member of the media. I don't need to be on this thing. Bubba does, though. This is the actual guy that has athletic ability amongst all the others that are on this list. Tara Talmadge, I think I've never seen her, perform athletic feats, but something tells me she can. Sully, Scotty, it's tough to play third base when you're rocking cowboy boots. Richard Davenport, I don't know. Hutch, better at writing. Kevin McPherson, I'd pay money to watch him as a catcher. Tommy Kraft, left field. Tommy's got some ability. When you are a referee, I'll give him that. When you run up and down the football field and up and down the basketball court backwards, I think you've got some ability.
Yeah, he'll be too technical. He'll be counting the rules while he's doing it.
Nikki's got some athletic ability. There's no doubt. I know she's been a runner before. Nikki's got some athletic. Ty Richardson at shortstop. Does he even know where the shortstop is supposed to stand?
He got himself this morning because first off he said obviously he has the most physical ability of anybody listed here, so that's why Musselman put him at shortstop. Then he comes back, he says, I never really played baseball, but I've got the most athletic ability. You can't say the same. You can't say that.
He never played baseball, so he wouldn't know where to go. So Ty, I'll help you out for when you actually do play this game. Shortstop is the person that stands halfway between second and third base. Usually. They will move you around a little bit because of the shift these days, but that's where you got to go. He doesn't even have a glove, for crying out loud. Shouldn't you own a glove if you're actually going to be on one of these teams?
You really should.
John Neighbors in right field. I don't know how much athletic ability John was born with to begin with. We already asked Bob Holt about his slider. Musk says he's the pitcher.
But we don't want halfway through the game, John goes to another team.
Whoa.
Give me a hell yeah. You don't have to wake up so early in the morning because of that.
That's
now,
true.
my friend.
Wow.
So maybe you ought to praise him.
Damn, man.
Now, you know the reason that Bob is the starting pitcher for this team, because Musk knows that he is the unflappable Bob Holt. And if you're going to be a pitcher, if you're going to be a starting pitcher facing that lineup, You better be unflappable. Nick as the relief pitcher, but you can't pitch in shower shoes with socks on. It doesn't work that way. You need spikes. So, I mean, he might need a little bit, a little more as far as the equipment is concerned. Dudley Dawson as the pinch hitter. I think at one point Dudley did have athletic ability. I think he could probably swing the bat a little bit. Wally Hall is the manager, so you actually have to know a tiny little bit about baseball in order to be the manager.
And how many times does he write about baseball?
3 times.
Okay.
In his entire life. Mitch Roberts as the first coach. I'm fine with that. Alyssa Orange as the first base coach. And Tom Murphy as the pitching coach. So fine. This sounds like a good coaching staff, a great team. The Arkansas men's basketball team, their coaching staff will win this game 100-0.
Wow. See, I was fine that I was left off because I've only been working here for 6 or 7 months in the media, so I've got the acceptance on that. That's fine and dandy. Where the hell are you at on this list, though? Because you're the voice of the Razorbacks, dang it. Come on.
I guess I've got something else going on that day.
I guess.
You know, here's my theory here. I think that what Muss did, his scouting report, really is based upon the quality and number of questions from the Zoom press conferences. Like all these people here, with the exception of Tommy. That's the one I don't quite get.
Yes.
Like Tommy's not on those Zoom press conferences very much.
Tommy doesn't even go to the press conference. Yeah. Even
he doesn't
the
need
rest
to.
of them are. And Wally doesn't go to those things very much, but I think Muss, knows the sports editor's name in the one paper here in the state. I think that the scouting report is just quality and quantity of questions. That's why Bob is the starting pitcher. It's not because of his incredible screw-knuckle change.
Oh, God. What position would you want to play? Would you want to be on the mound if you were on this team? See,
I want to be the pitcher.
I would think you would want to be behind the plate, and you could just talk trash to every basketball player that comes up to the plate and makes them feel uncomfortable.
One of the best parts that I could do here is maybe if this game's broadcast, I'll just do the play-by-play instead, and I'll spend the entire game just making fun of every single media member that's on this, and maybe some that aren't on this too, just because that's easy to do. Jason Carroll wants to know where's he on that list. Well,
that's a good question.
You might have Muss's email address or phone number, Jason. So, I'm not the guy to ask here. Not the guy to
we
ask.
Didn't make the list either. I'm a little hurt about that. I had a feeling that Matty T though would be our secret weapon if he was on this team. He'd be like the Brucey of our longest yard. He just comes in, he gets us the onside kick. But then I had an epiphany. Matty T would be our Mariano Rivera. He's our secret weapon in the bottom of the ninth to just screw up everything and make us win.
The last time I played baseball, I was the kid standing in the outfield throwing his glove up in the air.
Me and you both.
And the ball goes right past me.
Watching the wind blow, right?
Yeah, I'm looking there like, you're looking the wrong way.
No, I'd want to be the pitcher. I would definitely want to be the pitcher so that I could control, who gets
but
hit
we
by
need a
what
pitcher,
pitch
not a
and who
belly
doesn't.
itcher.
Oh, man.
Need a pitcher. We ain't a That's great.
Well, I mean, that's fun stuff.
Softball.
I mean, this is the kind of thing. It's like I don't really know a lot of other coaches that would think to do that. It started with Tara. I guess it started with Muss tweeting video from the basketball account of the guys were just playing wiffle ball for a team building exercise, right?
Yeah.
So then Tara says we need to have a game with the coaches and the media. And then Muss takes it from there. Like, I don't know another coach that is actually going to play along with the local media like that. Look, Dave Van Horn's not going to do that. Sam Pittman's not going to do that. Mike Neighbors might. But Muss did it first.
See, here's what we need next. This will be the crucial part because, and Ty brought this up too, we need a media basketball game. Whether it be 5-on-5 or media versus like the sports information department, because ain't no chance in hell of us being the actual basketball team. We'll get creamed doing that.
You realize you're going to have like a massive medical tent.
Hey,
wherever this game is being played, I mean, there will be more hamstrings pulled in that game than in any butcher's shop in the country. It's like that. You're just asking for injuries. And I remember we used to do that sort of, media softball game at the Travelers Ballpark.
Yeah.
And that, what that led to? Matty T might remember this. That led to home plate collisions between media members and injuries.
Yeah.
And pulled muscles and damaged heads. Like I I think I told the story on the show once. I was the announcer for the Travelers, so they had me playing the game, and I'm warming my arm up with Clint Sterner, and we're just throwing a softball around. And he is standing right at home plate. I'm at third base, and we're just playing catch. And I forget the girl's name. I think her name was AJ. She worked for CW Arkansas. Really cute. You know, she had long ponytail and had done herself up for the game, and she's standing maybe like 20 yards behind Clint talking with some other people, not paying attention, and the ball got away from me, and it hit her on the head.
Oh, wow.
Phil, come on now.
I did. I hit a cute girl in the head with a softball.
You were just trying to hit on her.
In front of other people. No, well, it's true. I wasn't trying to hit her or hit on her. She didn't play that day. She sat in the she sat in the dugout crying. I felt awful.
God, my God.
I felt absolutely awful. It's like the worst I've ever felt.
Oh my God.
And it was my one bad throw of the day, and it just happened to be the worst throw of my entire life.
She's on the country station over there now, so she's doing all right.
That's what media, sporting events turn into. It turns into
I think that was the last
injuries.
One they did.
All I know is with that media basketball game, if we could get that happen, you stick me and Ty on the same team, it's done. It's over with. Ty can shoot. I'll take care of the rebounds, and I'll be the overweight Steve Nash, just making the assists for everybody. It's easy. Done with. We need that next. We need a media basketball game.
Oh, let's have media track stars. Let's have media tennis events.
If we're going to do it, let's do
javelin
it right.
throwers,
media diving
javelin
events
throwers,
and everything like that. Let's have media take tests with the players and everything. Let's just get media involved in everything that the players do too.
Media AC.
What if we did a media chicken wing eating contest at Buffalo Wild Wings?
Sounds delicious.
Sounds even better. Like the segue I did there?
Great transition.
Make sure you head to Buffalo Wild Wings. They got the cauliflower wings. They got the Zing Zang sauce. They got all kinds of sauces, cold beer, lots of TVs. They've got you covered during the season of Major League Baseball. Everything about Buffalo Wild Wings. Make sure you head there today. You can find locations in Little Rock, Fort Smith, Sherwood, Jonesboro, and in Conway. Media chicken wing contest. We're going to put this thing together at Buffalo Wild Wings.
Sounds good. All right. Charles Chuck Carpenter next on Halftime.
With 100% fiber, internet, voice, and cloud services from Ritter Communications. Whether you're a one-man woodworking shop who needs fast, reliable internet complete with TV service, or you're a construction enterprise needing managed voice and networking to connect your multiple sites, our helpful, Arkansas-based team will create a custom solution for you. Visit RitterBusiness.com or give them a call at 888-336-4249 to learn more.
Hey, this is David Owen with Ouachita Farms. We grow hemp in Central Arkansas and process it into full-spectrum CBD products. Ouachita Farms products are affordably priced and available online or conveniently located at nearly 200 stores across the state. All Ouachita Farms CBD products are tested at C-Pill Labs in Little Rock to ensure that you will always get what you expect. Find us online today and use this code at checkout.
Ouachita Farms! Go to WouachitaFarms.com and use code WPS15 at checkout of your purchase. What do you get when you pull into Tony's Tire Service? You get the best selection of tires for any car, truck, or commercial vehicle. Tony's Tire Service has Cooper tires and is ready to serve you to get you back on the road safely. They'll also get your vehicle fixed with brake replacements plus an alignment with the best repair guy in the area. Tony's Tire Service has been serving the River Valley for over 34 years. Come let our guys replace your tires with Cooper tires and our service department to make sure the vehicle has the best brakes and alignments. Tony's Tire Service, 7200 South 28th Street in Fort Smith. Service you can depend on.
Do you have sleep apnea? Are you tired of dealing with a CPAP every night? The noise, the constant cleaning. Your wife telling you she can't take the noise anymore. Dr. Bo Sparkman at Family Dental Care of Fort Smith can help you with sleep apnea with a custom dental appliance that allows you to get rid of that annoying CPAP. Dr. Sparkman has years of experience and has treated hundreds of patients just like you. Call for your appointment today, 785-1419. That's 785-1419. Get rid of your CPAP with Family Dental Care of Fort Smith.
For the month of October, Frank Bro Furniture is offering no sales tax. That's right, Frank Bro Furniture is offering no sales tax for the month of October. We also offer in-store no credit check financing, delivery, and service after the sale. At Frank Bro Furniture, we are family owned and we pride ourselves in carrying as many made in the USA products as possible. Remember, in October, no sales tax at Frank Bro Furniture, your made in the USA headquarters, 405 4th Street, Barling, Arkansas. Frank Bro Furniture, best seats in the house.
Standard Materials Group has immediate openings for ready-mix drivers in the Northwest Arkansas area. If you have a CDL license without an automatic restriction and want to be home every night, want to work with a company that offers great pay, benefits, and a great team environment with growth opportunity, apply today at jobs.crh.com. Again, that's jobs.crh.com. Standard Materials Group is an equal opportunity employer.
Some of my fondest childhood memories are from volunteering with my grandmother. Helping others was her passion. She'd always say, the sweetest fruits of life come from serving others. And she was right.
At Shelter Insurance, we strive to make a positive impact in the communities where we work and live.
Ask Shelter agents Tiffany Newman or Warren Robertson about renter's insurance.
Evans Body Shop wants you to know that we are here for you. During this uncertain time, let us take the wheel and get your car repaired so you are ready to roll when the time comes. We offer pickup and delivery and will sanitize your vehicle during your complimentary detail that is done with all repairs. Don't want to get out at all? We have you covered. We offer a mobile estimating tool that allows you to take a few pictures and we will email or text your estimate directly to you. Check out our website or Facebook for more details.
Evans Body Shop, where we meet the nicest people by accident.
This is ESPN 95.3.
Hey, Surrey!
New boy in the neighborhood lives downstairs and it's understood. He's there just to take good care of me, like he's one of the family. Charles in charge of our days and our nights.
Good friend. He is color analyst for Arkansas baseball, former Razorback, former major leaguer. And I think we got a little theme song for him here, too. Bubba, how you doing today, man? What's up?
What's going on, fellas? How y'all doing?
We're doing really good. You notice we're not playing Careless Whisper for you.
Thanks, Phil. I appreciate it, buddy.
So let me ask, and I might have asked you this question before. I don't remember the answer. When did Charles turn into Bubba? I don't think anybody calls you Charles. I remember seeing a photo of you, I think, in your first Razorback baseball media guide, and it did not say Bubba. So when did Charles become Bubba?
You know, when I was little, probably 2 or 3, one of my brothers tried to call me his brother, and it came out Bubba, and it just stuck. And it's one of those silly things, and every year it stayed with me, and I'd be all right, no more Bubba, and then I would go to the next level, and it would follow me there, and then here I am, however many years later, and I'm still Bubba. So I guess I'm stuck with it.
When's the last time someone called you Charles? Was that a name that your parents would shout when they were angry?
Yeah, I tell you, when my mom was mad, anytime I heard her call me Charles Sidney, I knew I was in trouble. So I had to tighten it up a little bit. So she was the only one that ever really called me Charles. I played with guys that called me Chuck and Charlie and stuff like that. But, yeah, my mom was the only one that called me Charles, and I knew I was in trouble.
Well, I only know you as Bubba. And every once in a while, I think I might have actually referred to you on the baseball broadcast as my Bubba. And that's it's the way I feel about you, my man. So I'm excited to get in the booth with you today. We won't be in our booth, which means you'll have more room than I usually would give you because we're in the TV booth. So I'm excited to watch these guys get out there and play. I know you are too. Let's talk about this pitching matchup. You got Patrick Wicklander and Lyle Lockhart, 2 left-handers. Wicklander, I think you want to see strikes. That was the big issue for him last year. With Lockhart, this is a guy who seems to have an understanding of how to have success as a college pitcher throughout his time in Houston, and I think he's somebody that will get a look for the weekend.
I think so. Do you view him kind of as we talk about your prototypical crafty lefty, but he might just have a little bit better stuff than your typical crafty lefty. He just seems to be a guy that just knows how to get out. So looking forward to really seeing him and Wicklander as well. I've always enjoyed watching him. He's got such a high ceiling. He's got 3 above average pitches, go-to pitches. So it's going to be a fun matchup. I'm looking forward to it.
One of the things that's really interesting in this fall series is to see with both teams your shortstops. Robert Moore, I think it was assumed, would just slide over to shortstop after Casey Martin heads to professional baseball. I think that's where Robert played previously in high school and the showcases and everything like that. At second base, he was really, really good last year. And I know Dave really loves the way he turns the double play. And I'm going to tell you, when I have watched Jalen Battles for 3 out of the 4 games of this fall series, I think that's your shortstop right there. He's big, he's rangy, he's smooth, he can hit. And I think that Arkansas would probably be better served with Battles at short, more at second base.
I think you're right, Phil. I tell you, it's one of those, if it's not broke, don't fix it. And Robert was just great at second base last year, coming in as a freshman, did everything Dave asked of him, and just made some unbelievable plays, made everything look easy at second. And you mentioned turning 2. He turns 2 as quick as anyone I've seen. I mean, it's pretty impressive. But then when you look at Jalen Battles, I mean, you talk about a guy that looks like a major league shortstop. The first time I met him, I looked at him, I was like, man, this dude looks the part. Now, I haven't got to see him play yet. I've got to watch him hit in the cage, and pretty impressive. But, yeah, just the body and just the look. I mean, he looks like a major league shortstop.
Have you seen Caden Wallace play when he was coming up in high school through Greenbrier? Because so far he's got the quickest bat of anybody that I've seen on this team. He really gets that thing around.
Oh, yeah, he's impressive. I've watched him kind of grow up. He played for the Prospect organization out of Little Rock, and the guy just hits. I mean, and the thing is, people don't talk that much about his defense, but he's versatile. He can play anywhere in the field, but the guy just absolutely rakes when he steps up to the plate. I mean, he's a threat to all fields. He can hit for average, he can hit for power. It's fun to watch him, and and I tell you, Phil, there's a lot of guys just like that. I've got some pretty good scouting reports that I've kind of been going through, and the one thing you see at the end of a lot of these guys' names is just try to find a way to get his bat in the lineup, and there's just multiple guys. And that's the last sentence is just, let's try to find a way to get his bat in the lineup. So it's going to be fun. I'm looking forward to today.
Glove can be a question mark sometimes with somebody, but if the bat plays, then the guy plays. That's usually how it goes. But I agree with you about Wallace because they have him in right field, and I think Dave wants him in the lineup but doesn't want to take Jacob Nesbitt away from third base. And I know, the other side of third base in this series is Brady Slavens. And I kind of wonder where Slavens fits in here, too, because he seems like he's got real pop from the left side. Guy that had initially been playing at Wichita State, then goes to JUCO and was the JUCO Player of the Year last season. But I know Dave loves Nesbitt at third base. And so Slavens, I know, can play almost anywhere in the infield. First base is a bit of an open spot right now. And I wonder if Slavens fits in at first base better than anywhere else.
Well, he might be a guy. He's another one. You got to have his bat in the lineup. And I don't want to put too much pressure on the kid, but when I first saw him, I thought of Heston. He's kind of got the same body as Heston. Just a great looking left-handed swing. Hits for average, hits for power. So he's another one, but they're so versatile, and it's gonna be tough. I wouldn't want to be in Dave Van Horn's shoes. Actually, it'd be fun to be in his shoes because you've got so many options to talk about. But we talk every year about him piecing that puzzle together. And I tell you what, there's a lot of pieces, and there's not that many spots on the field. So it's going to be interesting to see kind of what happens this year. But, boy, he's got a lot of options to go to.
You got a lot of arms, too, man. I mean, you have some really exciting young arms, and a couple of them that I saw yesterday, like Jackson Wiggins, 6'6", like 215 pounds. I don't know what his velocity was, but it had to be outstanding because he was bringing it. Miller Plyman felt the same way about him. Nate Wolgamuth too. I mean, these are pitchers that you didn't see last year. They were with other programs or they were sitting for a season in Plyman's case because of the transfer. But I think there's some depth as far as pitching is concerned. We just don't really know how it's all going to shake out. But when it comes down to it, you still need Connor Nolan. You still need Patrick Wicklander. You still need Cole Ramage to do, I think, what was expected last year, which is be some weekend starters. You know what I mean? But I think that there are some really good young, hot arms on this club.
Oh, without a doubt. You go through this velocity chart, and you look at all the guys topping out at 97, tops at 97, tops at 96, tops at 95. it's amazing, Phil, how many guys on the squad throw 95 and harder. And you mentioned Wiggins. I got a chance to watch him pitch this summer, and kind of on the showcase circuit. And I don't know if I can say this on the air or not, but he had these hitters peeing down their leg. I mean, they were scared to death when they stepped up to plate because, he's throwing 95 to 97. He might throw one at your head, and then he might dot 3 in a row on the outside corner. I mean, I guess you can call them effectively wild, but when you're throwing, mid to upper 90s, it's a little uncomfortable feeling being in the batter's box. You can tell these guys just weren't comfortable facing him at all. So he's going to be a fun one to watch. And, I think, talking to a couple of the coaches down there, there's going to be several guys hit 100 miles an hour. They wouldn't be surprised. There's 2 or 3 that, when they get that adrenaline going out there on the mound in an SEC game, they wouldn't be surprised to see triple digits up on that mound, up on the scoreboard.
Well, Bubba, we'll leave it there, man. I'm excited to get you back in the booth. I know it won't be our usual booth, but it's you and me, 3 o'clock on the SEC Network Plus and Black and Red match up in the fall series. And I look forward to seeing you, man. See you in a few hours.
All right. I'm heading up there right now. I'm going to go sanitize my bat. I got a couple of wet wipes. I'll get that thing all wiped down. I'll be ready to go for game time. So,
Why you got to sanitize your bat, Bubba? Did someone mess with your bat or something?
Yeah, I think Phil's been up there fondling it during the fall World Series game. So I got to go up there and sanitize that thing. Get it ready by 3 o'clock. Though I'll be ready to roll.
You better lock that thing up, my friend, because I'm coming after it again. Coming right after it. All right, that's Bubba Carpenter.
All right,
and,
thanks, Bubba.
Good talking
we'll
to you guys.
Be getting him on again sometime. So I also love it when Bubba says something like, I don't know if I should say this on the radio, and then does. You can say pee down their leg on the radio. It's fine.
Hey, let me tell you guys about Joe's Grill and Cantina. They got their World Series specials going on. Although the World Series isn't happening tonight, they still got some incredible deals for you over at Joe's Grill and Cantina. Tonight is All-American Thursday. They got 3 specials tonight that have your name written all over them. The barbecue pork sandwich with a side is $7. Classic burger and a side is $7. And they got domestic long necks for $2.50 a bottle. Matty T, that's a heck of a deal. They got lots of stuff. What's your favorite thing over at Joe's?
I like the brisket nachos.
So you can take advantage of that at Joe's Grill and Cantina. They'll have more specials tomorrow night when the World Series resumes. You can head to Joe's Grill and Cantina across from Harps in Fort Smith, or give them a call to place your order, 479-478-9600. That's Joe's Grill and Cantina.
Halftime homework to wrap it up next.
The biggest selection and the lowest prices on a new Buick are at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. The 2020 Buick Encore has plenty of cargo space, and it's loaded with technology, only $19,995. And the 2020 Buick Envision has all the features and seating for 5. Take $9,000 off, only $28,985. The biggest selection and the lowest prices are at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. Exit 11 off of I-540 in Fort Smith.
Kubota and Gray Brothers have teamed up to bring you special pricing on all Kubota cab tractors to help you keep cool during your hay baling and brush hogging activities. And if you're looking at cleanup from the recent storms, try Kubota's skid steers and excavators with special pricing and low-term financing. Now's the time for a new Kubota at Gray Brothers Equipment in Fort Smith and Poto, where if you pick orange, you'll never get a lemon.
Hi, this is Lindsay White with White Office Machines. For over 90 years, my family's been serving the greater Fort Smith region with the image industry's newest technologies, as well as providing superior customer service through long-term business relationships. As the area's only authorized Kyocera document solutions dealer, White Office Machines provides the best value with high-speed copiers and the latest multifunction printers. Stop by our office in downtown Fort Smith or in Russellville. Follow us on Facebook or go to whiteoffice.com.
White Office Machines since 1929.
In this moment, who has your back? Do you know the name of your insurance agent? Does your insurance agent know your name? Or would you call a 1-800 number that connects you with who? Another state? Another country? Get a local independent insurance agent with Auto Owners Insurance. Someone you can call when the bad stuff happens. In this moment, get an agent who will protect you in that moment. Call Kohler and Green Insurance in Fort Smith, 484-9888, or in Van Buren, 474-9888, and online at kohlergreen.com.
Wave Rural Connect is bringing state-of-the-art fiber internet, TV, and phone service to your home. Get amazingly fast fiber internet as low as $49.95 per month. TV packages start at $32.95. Fiber phone service starts at $29.95. Go to signup.waveruralconnect.com or call 1-833-4WAVE-RC to find out if we're installing in your area. Arkansas Valley Electric Cooperative and Wave Rural Connect, changing the communities we serve.
When you want a beer, you go to a bar. When you want top shelf spirits, wines, handcrafted cocktails, and cigars in an atmosphere befitting a destination, you go to 906 Cocktail and Cigar Lounge. Try our new menu items, including fish and chips, classic club sandwiches, Caesar and Cobb salads, or stick to your favorites. Dine in or carry out. Enjoy our state-of-the-art air filtration system. 906 Cocktail and Cigar Lounge, defining nightlife in downtown Fort Smith. Doors open at 4 Tuesday through Saturday.
They say, trust the process. But if enjoyment isn't part of that process, don't trust the process. Michelob Ultra, superior light beer. Enjoy responsibly. AB Michelob Ultra Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
New Bud Light Seltzer?
Yep.
A hard seltzer with a hint of fruit flavor.
Yep.
Can I try one?
Yep.
That tastes great.
Told you. Bud Light Seltzer. Unquestionably good. Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Seltzer. IRC Beers. Beer in Texas. St. Louis, Missouri.
This time of year is hectic, and we know you have things to do and places to be. Southern Tire Mart can help you get there and save you money on America's most trusted brands like Michelin and BF Goodrich. Take advantage of our $29.95 oil change, which includes a 27-point vehicle inspection. Come see us at Southern Tire Mart just off I-540 at exit 14 in Fort Smith today for quality Michelin and BF Goodrich tires and the best-in-class service. Get where you need to be with Michelin, BF Goodrich, and Southern Tire Mart.
This is ESPN 95.3. The Morning Rush, Halftime, Ruskin and Zach, the Hog Talk Podcast. Fantasy Football Sunday and Primetime Preps, all available on the Hit That Line Podcast Network. Just type Hit That Line wherever you listen to podcasts. Our podcasts are on iTunes, Spotify, SoundCloud, hitthatline.com, Anchor, TuneIn, Stitcher, and Google Play.
Thank you for this. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Now, back to the guys. Here's Phil Elson, Matty T, and SmackDown.
I had a couple of things to do before we put the cherry on the top of the show with halftime homework. We get to give away cheeseburgers today.
Yeah.
Hardee's Lunch Bunch. Make sure you enter at hitthatline.com. Who you got for a winner today, SmackDown?
We'll do another winner next Thursday right here on Halftime. But for today, our big winner of the Hardee's Lunch Bunch is Doug Hibbard. Doug Hibbard of the Coke Bottling Company right here in Fort Smith. Doug Hibbard, you are today's great big winner.
Yeah, baby. Yeah.
So
Delicious,
congratulations.
Man. You know thick burgers and Coca-Cola go together like
Phil Elson and Bubba Carpenter.
Coca-Cola.
Like Phil Elson and Bubba Carpenter.
Sure. That works for me, too. And,
like Matty
peanut
T
M&Ms,
and SmackDown.
Or like peanut M&Ms and Pepsi at a Razorback baseball.
That's a good point. I like that.
That works.
So
By the
congratulations,
way, have you ever tried,
Doug.
I've got a great snack choice for you here. And everybody likes to make fun of the way I might eat chocolate here and there, but I don't care. You ever done peanut M&Ms in your popcorn?
Oh, absolutely. That's a movie theater staple.
I hadn't heard of that.
Yes, it's delicious.
Spectacular.
Especially when the popcorn's nice and hot and it gets the chocolate just a little bit.
Interesting. I would give that sounds pretty good. I could see where you say peanut M&Ms.
Well,
you don't have to eat
peanut M&Ms. It's just my favorite kind.
I could see the peanut M&M, like the chocolate and then the salty of the peanut.
Mm-hmm.
I could see that being
That's
good.
Right. You got your sweet, you got your salty. That's all you need with both of those. Anthony in Fort Smith is on halftime. Hey, Anthony, what's going on?
Hey, what's up, guys?
What's happening, Anthony?
Having fun today.
Not much. Okay, so what are you guys' opinion about in 2 weeks we take on Texas A&M?
Anthony, I'll tell you what. This is the year Arkansas has got the best opportunity to end the streak against A&M, but that's a good defense. They can run the ball against Arkansas. They have one of the better running attacks in the SEC. They have had a lot of trouble succeeding in the pass game. But I think I think it's going to be a really tough matchup for Arkansas. But I do think that they'll, as long as they're healthy and as long as they get the run game going, I think they'll be able to hang with A&M, have a chance to win. I'm not going to guarantee you a win, but we'll start looking, I think, a little more into this next week.
Yeah, I think Anthony also, I think the biggest thing for me, I agree, I think this is the best chance to win. I think defensively, when you look at this team, particularly Arkansas, I mentioned this earlier in the show, you've got possibly could have a lot of your defensive stars back on this team, and fully healthy by the time the Texas A&M game rolls around. So, Anthony, I think this could be the year. We've been saying could for the past 5 or 6 years to finally beat A&M. But I agree with Phil. This team has the stuff to go down and beat Texas A&M next weekend.
I do worry a little bit about A&M's ability to run the ball.
Yeah. That
they're not going to try to win it through the air, and Arkansas does struggle a little bit against the run every once in a while. That happened against Auburn. Second half against Georgia, same thing. But I think it'll be a really good game.
What do you think, Anthony? Close. What do you think, Anthony?
Well, that's what I think too. But I think Felipe Franks, he can run. We all seen it in the 4 games that we played already.
All right, Anthony. Hey, and he does run well. Appreciate the phone call. He runs
Anthony.
Okay. Where he's best is when the pocket starts to collapse. He's been able to make something out of nothing. I don't view Franks as a running quarterback, but I also don't think that he is lead-footed. You know, he's
he doesn't
he's more mobile. He's more mobile than the 2 guys that made most of the starts last year.
Absolutely,
sure.
And I think it's obvious he doesn't necessarily want to be the mobile quarterback. But like you said, if he has to, he can, and he can get you 5 or 6 yards every time. Ball security might be the issue with him running the football, but up to this point, other than the Georgia game, he's held onto the ball pretty well. Just a couple, 3 interceptions so far this year. He had 1 against Ole Miss last weekend, but
there are a couple others that might have also not been the best thrown ball, but there were also a number of drops by his receivers. At least 3 of them. But hey, we'll get heavy into that one next week. When it's another week of this. Is it still a Southwest Classic if it's not being played at AT&T Stadium, or is it just Arkansas versus A&M?
I hope it's just Arkansas A&M.
Yeah, I'm fine with that too. All right, you want to close it out here?
Let's
Got some halftime homework for you.
What kind of homework assignment? I have a tough assignment. I'm thinking we should talk about the homework assignment.
Dude, did you do all your homework last night?
I'm not doing it. This is hard.
You really did your homework, didn't you?
It's time for halftime homework.
What do you boys have for me today?
Always fun stuff happening during the World Series. This is the 20th anniversary of this.
The barrel of the bat comes back at Roger Clemens, and he fires the bat back toward Piazza, who is going down the first baseline.
You remember this?
It sounds familiar, yeah.
The bat and fired into foul territory near Piazza. Obviously, Piazza didn't mean to do that. My gosh, that's a blatant act. Foolish.
This is one of the most bizarre incidents in the history of baseball, and probably the most bizarre incident that ever occurred during the World Series. The Subway Series, Mets-Yankees. It was dominated by the Yankees. They won it in 4 games. But the wildness surrounding the matchup of Mike Piazza and Roger Clemens dominated the series, maybe even more so than the Yankees did. Going back earlier in that season, Piazza had hit a number of homers off Clemens, including a grand slam. And that very same season, Clemens beamed Piazza in the head with a pitch. So when it comes to their first matchup in this World Series game, and the broken bat barrel comes rocketing back at Clemens, he picks it up and throws it at Piazza, and then had the gall to say he thought that was the ball.
Yeah, okay.
Whatever. Ball and a bat feel a little bit different. You know what I mean? Like a lot different. One's made out of wood, one's made out of leather with raised stitches on it. So that's just
that's crazy. Now what?
That was bizarre.
That was 20 years. Okay, I was trying to.
It's amazing that it happened 20 years ago. But you know, like Piazza owned Clemens in his career. Absolutely owned him. 8 for 19, 4 home runs and a double, plus 2 walks, and only struck out twice, and had that, infamous getting hit by the pitch in his head. And this was Piazza just a few years ago, talking with Sports Illustrated, remembering this crazy instance.
The more I get attached from it, the more confused I get from it. Not the less confused. Yeah, it was just there was so much tension because of going back to the season, obviously, when he hit me in the head, and I thought he did it on purpose. And that, if you can understand, though, in the World Series and the amount of attention, and it was, palatable. You can't describe that. And then the joking part was like I even said to my buddy, I'm like, if he hits me again, I got to go get him. And my buddy John Bruno, and he was saying, well, then you got to learn some moves of karate, and we were joking around with it. And then after the game, he calls me and he's like, I didn't know he was going to throw the bat at you. We didn't plan for that one, So it was, as much as I have to laugh at that in some ways, it has kind of followed me around a little bit in my career, and I just have to kind of say that the way looking back at that moment. I tried to be as level-headed as I could be.
He was as level-headed as you. Somebody throws a bat at you. How do you not attack them? He didn't. And, well, the Yankees ended up getting the last laugh, but maybe Piazza does because he's in the Hall of Fame and Clemens is not. Let's go to the phones. We got Jordan in BB here on Halftime. Hey, Jordan, what's going on?
Hey, how you doing?
Good, Jordan. How are you?
I'm good. It's Gordon.
Oh, Gordon. Okay.
Oh, sorry, I misheard you.
That's okay.
Hello, City. Go for it.
I was going to say, Gordon, you're from BB?
Yeah, I'm from BB.
I feel like I should know you because that's where I'm from.
Everybody in BB knows each other, right?
Yeah. Oh, I went to
They
BB.
at least know SmackDown.
They should. I went to BB High School and everything.
Well, I went to Cabot Town.
Okay, there you go. I probably don't know you then. Anyway, go ahead, Gordon. I didn't mean to cut you off.
That's okay. I know it's early, but if Arkansas keeps on winning and stuff, what kind of bowl do you think bowl could they go to?
So a couple. Let's see. This is the day or two ago. Mark Schleybaugh and I'm forgetting the other guy's name, but they recently came out with their bowl projections. The recent one I saw, one of them listed the Outback Bowl taking on Michigan, which I think would be an incredible.
Really?
That'd be an incredible matchup, and I think. Outback Bowl, and I believe the other one was the Music City Bowl taking on Nebraska. I think it was the other one that was listed. So still a lot to be determined here, Gordon. But I think the other thing too, how many of these bowl games are actually going to be played? Period.
I think most of them will be played. The question for me would be, what's the win threshold you have to have? Yeah. I don't think that's been announced yet. Plus you've got leagues that are playing imbalanced schedules. With the Pac-12 is playing 7, the Big Ten is playing 9, I think. I forget. The SEC doing 10, Big 12 doing 11. So how many wins do you need? It used to be 6. Is 3 enough? Is 4 enough? I don't know. There's been no guidance towards that. So, but as of right now, it looks like Arkansas, they're planning on a bowl game, but hopefully that definitely holds.
Thanks for calling in, Gordon. Give us a call back.
Thanks for calling in, and make sure that. How do you not know SmackDown if you grew up?
Well, he did. He went to Cabot High School, so who knows? That's fine. If you go to Cabot, though, I don't want anybody associated with me from Cabot, so there's that for you.
See,
I'm kidding,
Gordon. The ire of SmackDown at the same time. It's fun stuff today, guys. I got to head over to Baum Stadium.
Have a good call, my friend.
For SmackDown and Matty T, this is Phil. Get up, get out, and get better.